So, Taylor Swift's new song, Fortnite, is already becoming a huge hit. It's all about a woman who slept with a guy. They were together for about a fortnight. They eventually broke up, and then he got married, she got married. They ended up basically becoming neighbors. And then Taylor, or the woman in this story, she basically has to continually communicate with the man that she is secretly in love with and is so envious of his wife that she wants to kill her. And then, of course, what ends up inevitably happening is that her own marriage falls apart, her husband cheats on her, and she is basically left alone. It's kind of unclear. The whole story is a pretty sad one, and it's a story that is very common. I say it's very common because it's something that I'm sure everybody can essentially relate to. Now, although most of us probably can't relate to the whole thing about the person that you were in love with ending up becoming your neighbor, but I think most of us can relate to the idea that we are in love with someone and it obviously hurts when they leave and then they fall in love with someone else. Why do I bring all this up? I bring all this up because it kind of strikes a very interesting chord with me. See, the funny thing about her song is it doesn't really focus on anything that they actually have in common. All it does is continually remind us of how much she loves this guy because they slept together, but there's no real major chemistry other than that. I think the saddest thing about a song like this is it does end on such a sad note. But the reality is that there is hope. Why is there hope? Ultimate love is already out there for all of us. And it's not just the kind of love where it's sexual. It's a love that is unlike any other that you could possibly imagine. I want you to imagine for a second. Imagine that this girl went on to fall in love with a guy, but they didn't sleep together. Instead, they started to get to know each other. They grew closer in a relationship. Although she carried a lot of baggage from the previous relationship, she would slowly start to realize that this new guy is actually better than the old one. He's smart, he's funny, and as time goes on, she slowly starts to realize that maybe the true hope is that I actually wasn't meant to be with that guy. They began talking with each other on a daily basis. Then one day, imagine that this girl finds out that this guy that she's talking to, who she's really come to love, tells her that he is going to die. Well, she can't do anything about it. She's scared, she's sad, she's crying. She doesn't know what to do. And when she asks him, why is he going to die? He ends up telling her he's going to die because he's going to turn himself into the authorities. She then asks him, what crime did you commit that would make you want to turn yourself in? And then he says, I didn't commit any crime. I am actually turning myself in for the crimes that you've committed. You see, that man is actually Jesus. And then he ends up doing exactly that. He turns himself in and he dies for her as well as everybody else. He did all of this so that the two of them could be together forever. I think the saddest thing about today's society is that we truly do feel like once somebody that we love is out of our lives, we're never going to see them again. But with Jesus, it's different. You actually are going to see him someday. He loves you. He paid the price for you so that he can be with you forever. That is true love. He is not somebody that is ever going to cheat on you. He's not somebody that's ever going to lie to you. He's not somebody that is ever going to let you down. He keeps all of his promises. He values you more than anybody else ever could. He's willing to show you tough love when you need it, and is always patient with you. Only Jesus is able to die for your sins. Only Jesus can forgive you. A man like that is not only hard to come by, it's pretty much impossible to come by. Hopefully this has been a little bit encouraging for you, and thank you for listening to my ramblings. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.